Hi there, this is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com from Tapping.me, and I'm also the creator of the program Catapulting to Confidence. I wanted to do an audio today, and I want you to give me your initial reaction, or not give it to me, but think about it yourself. I like who I am. Take a pause. And what's the first thing that comes up? Are you kidding? Yeah, I really do. No, I really don't. That's superficial and selfish. I shouldn't be saying that, tooting your own horn. No, I really like who I am. Chances are, if you're doing any self-help stuff, you're trying to get the stuff that is unwanted out of your way and out of your energy and put in the stuff that you do like, the energy that you would appreciate, that you do feel good about. So I wanted to do this audio today just to get you to kind of explore, as a lot of people beat themselves up unknowingly a lot of the time. It's so automatic. And what I want to say to you is, if that's what you do, you learned that from some place, from some people, from some environment. You didn't necessarily come out being born with that kind of attitude of, I'm not good enough. I mean, babies cry, they expect to be responded to. That's how they express what they need, what they like, what they don't like. You've seen that plenty of times, I'm sure, with little children, with, no, I don't like this. No, I don't want that food. No. And what do adults do? They tend to override. They tend to control. They tend to force, push. And if you learned any of that kind of behavior, or you were dished out any of that kind of behavior as a little child, you will tend to do that same thing. So when I hear people beat themselves up, or belittle themselves, or negate what they're good at, it's usually learned most of the time, or downloaded from a family dynamic that this is how we are, this is who we are. You're not supposed to be proud. You're not supposed to be excited about your accomplishments. You're not supposed to feel good about who you are. And I want to do a little something to undo that. So, when you initially ask a question, feel the response. Where are you holding that in your body? I like myself. Really take a breath with that. Literally. Take a deep breath in. And release that and see what comes up. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is there a running chatter that gives explanation of why you shouldn't be proud of yourself or be your own cheerleader? So here's what I've come to realize. A lot of times we're born into families to have a route to get here, to get on the planet. It doesn't necessarily mean that the people who raised us or influenced us or coached us or grew up with us have any clue of who the real inside of us is. Or they might be envious or jealous and put you down. Or they might say, no, that's not the way we do it, because of programming. And before the age of 7, we are very, very influenced by what other people tell us. And then we spend a lot of our lives replaying those patterns, those unwanted emotions, those unwanted beliefs about ourselves over and over and over again. So when people tell me it's my spouse, it's my boss, it's my whoever, that's not usually the problem. And that's not where the template lies. It lies usually before the age of 7. So who were you around? How did they treat you? Did they praise you? Were they cheerleaders for you? Now, some people will go off on a tangent and say, oh, but that's so selfish to talk about yourself. And no, it's acknowledging who you are and what is great about you. Why is it beneficial to tear yourself down and not beneficial to praise yourself and lift yourself up? But here's what becomes the problem. A lot of times we look for other people to do that, our loved ones. And we take on the beliefs in early childhood, usually before the age of 7. If they don't like who I am, or they don't like this response, I have to do, be, and perform the way they want me to in order to be loved, in order to be liked. Instead, has anybody asked many young children, what do you like to do? How do you feel? What is it you're thinking about? A lot of dictation happens to children. And it's learned. A lot of people just pass on what they were raised with, how they were raised, how they did it. You know what I'm saying? It gets passed on through generations, unknowingly, unconsciously. But that's programming. So if you were to think about, what do you like about yourself? Some people will start ripping up what they think about their body, what they think about their looks, their wrinkles, their hair, their weight, their this, their that. Ugh. And other people will say, oh, if I only looked like this, or I only could be like them, or if I only had their life or their money. It has nothing to do with that, because energy attracts like energy. So if the belief and the energy that you're putting out is, I don't like myself, I'm not good enough, they didn't think I was good enough, I have to perform, I have to be what they want me to be in order to be loved, you're not liking yourself. And you can unprogram that and program in what you want instead. So I want to do a little bit of tapping, and the conflict that may be happening. You may have been raised about people that thought, if you get excited about, I don't know, some sports shot or some accolade, or, that praise isn't good, or it's just arrogant or cocky or whatever. But there's an upside to that, of being proud of yourself and not needing someone else's approval, but it's nice to receive praise. And if you didn't get that, you're not used to getting that. You probably attract people who would more likely tear you down, not see the good parts of you, diminish who you are, be in conflict with who you are. So, and if you're not sure, you can't put out that kind of energy to even attract it. And here's the thing. Sometimes when you change your energy, when I change my energy, it's not about finding someone that will do the right thing by us. It's the energy projection, the intention of what we put out can be felt. I've used this many times. There are people that you have met that you just automatically like. They have a good vibe about them. You like who they are. You like how they feel. You like that they're comfortable with themselves. And on the flip side, you can also feel when you don't like someone, when someone repels, when they try too hard, when they're trying to be all smug. And there's a difference between happy and feeling good about yourself and being cocky and arrogant. They are not the same energy. It's a different intention. The cocky arrogant is, look at me, notice that I'm so great, when you probably don't feel that way yourself. But the easy energy, the confident energy, the flowing energy that feels good to be around usually is more authentic. And I am all about being authentic and being who you were created to be, not who you think you're supposed to be, with all the things that people do to fall into place. But every time you do that, you're maybe losing another part of who the real you is. So I want to just do some tapping here on I like me, and let it flush up some of the things that you don't feel good about. Because if you don't even know what those are, you can't change them. You can't change the dynamic or the energy of it. And if you do like who you are, this will just be a reinforcement. So we'll see what happens. I never have a script for the audios that I do or the videos that I do. So I'm just going to free flow with this, and we'll see where it takes us. And hopefully it will be good for you. And I'll enjoy it too, because I like having a good time doing these. Okay, I'm going to assume that you know where to tap and how to tap. Let's just take a deep breath in and release that slowly. And the idea of the breath is to get in touch with your body, to get in touch with what's going on inside of you and your energy. Take another deep breath and let that just flow out. And I want you to say, I like myself, and see how that lands for you. I like myself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how true does that feel? 10 being the highest. That, yeah, I really like myself. I'm proud of who I am. I like who I've become. That doesn't mean you have to like every aspect. It means you generally like yourself, though. Again, I'm going to assume you know how to tap. If you don't, you can go to my intro to tapping video. And let's start on the karate chop on the side of the hand and repeat after me. Even though I never really thought about it, if I like myself or not. So I'm going to express that thought right here and see what comes up. Even though I don't know if I like myself or not. Or maybe I'm having a real reaction to that thought. I like myself. What comes up for me and what's shining a light? Is it the good stuff about me? Or is it the negative stuff about me? I choose to be present with what's trying to grab my attention. Even though I do want to love, honor, and respect myself. And the more I like myself, the more that's possible. And I'm open to acknowledging what's in the way and what I really do like about myself. Go to the eyebrow point. I like myself. Side of the eye. That may be really uncomfortable for me to say. Under the eye, I like myself. Under the nose, that sounds pretty arrogant to say. Chin, I like myself. Collarbone, but all these things are wrong with me. Under the arm, I may not like the way I look. Wrist, I may not like the way I feel. Top of the head, and is that really me or their projections onto me? Eyebrow, what did I learn about myself when I was little? Side of the eye, did anyone care about what I thought or felt? Under the eye, did I have any cheerleaders in my life? Under the nose, did I get praised for just being me? Chin, not for how I could perform or act. Collarbone, but how it felt good to just be me. Under the arm, maybe I was too noisy for them. Wrist, too busy or active for them. Top of the head, which then got me criticized and reprimanded. Eyebrow, and little children take that reprimand as being bad. Side of the eye, as being wrong. Under the eye, not being good enough. Under the nose, and what if I misinterpreted that criticism? Chin, what if I was reacting to my circumstances? Collarbone, what if they weren't in alignment with who I am? Under the arm, so many times we try to focus on what they need us to be. Wrist, I want to focus on who I really am. Top of the head, all the wonderful, beautiful parts of me. Eyebrow, all the unique and wonderful parts of me. Side of the eye, I like who I am. Under the eye, no, I don't. Under the nose, I like who I am. Chin, no, I don't. Collarbone, that's being self-absorbed and it's wrong. Under the arm, maybe it's being my own cheerleader and it's right. Wrist. Maybe I'm allowing myself to praise the good parts of me. Top of the head. Praising the authentic parts of me and loving who I am. Eyebrow. That feels so good rather than the criticism. Side of the eye. Maybe if I'm my own cheerleader first. Under the eye, I'll project a different energy. Under the nose, maybe praising or being a cheerleader. Chin is a form of unconditional love for myself. Collarbone, and maybe that's an amazing gift that I never got. Under the arm, I like myself. Wrist, and if there's any part of me that doesn't believe that. Top of the head, I challenge that part of me now. Eyebrow, I like myself because. Let's put some more in. Side of the eye, I like myself because. Under the eye, I like this part of me because. Under the nose, I like how I can be free. Chin, to be who I am. Collarbone, and unlearn many negative comments that I heard growing up. Under the arm, allowing my energy to free up that negativity. Wrist, and release it. Top of the head, I like who I am and I love, honor, and respect myself. Now take a deep breath. Now, I don't know you and I don't know what your reactions are, so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of everything to help flush it up. What don't I like about myself? Why would I think that? Who taught me that? Because I promise you, if you have low self-esteem or you don't believe in yourself, you were taught to feel that way. Maybe by them ignoring you, maybe by them being mean to you, maybe by them criticizing you, telling you you're wrong, acknowledging the bad things about you, the things that are not your strong suit. If people paid attention to the things that aren't your strong suit, that would make you feel less than. But you have amazing things about you. Everybody does. And it's whether or not we got praised and we had cheerleaders to tell us those things, to bring those out, to enforce them, to make them more positive with a stronger energy. All of that gets programmed in towards the negative or towards the positive. So if you are always thinking you have to perform or you have to be who they want you to be, or you're not safe unless they approve, you've got some stuck energy, and that's work that you need to do, and tapping can help you do that. So I do these audios to just kind of give a feel for what your energy is speaking, because people think, oh, if you loved me, you would be this for me. If you loved you, you would attract that. And that's what I want you to know about energy. It's not about what they need to do for you. It's about you feeling what's good about you and then attracting that energy. You don't have to do anything to get it. You don't have to be anything to get it, because you feel it. And your energy broadcasts that out to the universe, out to other people, and attracts the people, places, and situations that do support you, that do lift you up, that do praise you without you ever having to even utter the words of, please, have my back, please cheerlead me, please. You don't have to do that when your energy is lined up. So if you're not feeling that way, you've got some inner work to do, and that's okay. We all have inner work to do. We all have things that show up. And every time you grow to a higher level or a different plateau, or you're engaged in something new, those thoughts of, oh, will I be good enough, oftentimes surface, and sometimes in a really big way, to stop you in your tracks. That's all. Are you liking yourself right now? Are you liking the good things about you? Reinforce that. And if you can't reinforce it, then you've got to go down into some of the energy that's holding you and gripping you. And it's normally learned, oftentimes, most often it's learned before the age of 7, and then it just keeps reprogramming. So don't go to necessarily what's happening now, what's reflecting now. It's actually saying what you're thinking about yourself. If you're in misery, if you're surrounded by people who just don't get you or can't appreciate you or put you down or subtly give you that passive aggressive, stab. Yeah, they're not in your court. And that's reflecting what your energy is speaking, that's okay, that's what you expect. No. Change your energy, change your life. That's how the saying goes, and I believe it's true. I've seen miracles happen with this kind of turnaround where you can release the old, unwanted, and the misperception of events and people, places, and situations that happened around you and program in what you like, who you love, and they automatically start showing up. It's pretty miraculous. And if you haven't had that experience, wait till you do, because it's pretty freaky, but it's amazing. So if you like this kind of information, you want to learn more about what your energy is saying, what your energy is doing, what your subconscious beliefs are, how they're holding you back, or what your conscious and unconscious beliefs are saying about you, tapping is an excellent way to bring that up and out, to get your energy moving, to get it circulating, to get it shifting and dissolving those old ties that have you bound up being something that you're not, and not allowing the person that you are to be free-flowing and to be proud. So until our paths cross again next time, you can subscribe, you can sign up, you can send me an email if you have any questions, Joanne@trueauthenticpower.com. And until our paths cross again, bye-bye for now.